Like humor, you can never go wrong with humor. I love humor. And I like different designers like Pierre Moss. I'm into like, Dolce and Gabbana, the blondes, and the blondes they do like so much extravagant work, and you guys have collaborated with the blondes to do these amazing intricate nail designs. So if you can talk about your whole experience participating in Fashion Week, with the blondes and Libertine, that would be awesome.
Oh, yeah. And, those are the two obvious that are at the top of my list. I met the blondes the very first year that they created their first corset. And
Mm,
that goes back 15 years ago. I remember they were young, emerging designers with a very unique perspective. They were into corset making. And I
hmm
had my first meeting with them, and they love nails. They're like, we can't show a corset without showing amazing nails to complement it. And
hmm
they were one of the first designers that didn't say, keep them short and go beige. Like they said, go for it. Like we're
hmm
going to show you the sketches and then come back with your ideas and let's go for it. Let's create art. And
hmm
now, 15 years later, like we've done 30 seasons with them. We've done twice a year, every year, 15 seasons. A lot of their nails were showcased in our OMA exhibit, our museum exhibit.
hmm
But now it's really funny when we talk about a collection, they'll say, okay, so, we want this length and we want this exact crystal around the lunula. And
hmm
then around the smile line, we would like this. And on the left lateral wall, like they actually know our language. And,
hmm
and they say that like when we collaborate,
hmm
that not only are we collaborating to create extraordinary nails, but
hmm
our input helps them in their design work of the total look. So it's a true partnership and collaboration. So
hmm
that I'm really proud of. And then
hmm
there's Johnson Hardig with Libertine.
hmm
It's amazing. He made this jacket. This is a Libertine. I like
hmm
the little crystals. But I met Johnson uh, probably going on 8 or 9 years ago. And
hmm
this is really funny. I was collecting Libertine. I have a whole closet of Libertine, and I
hmm
had collected them over the years. And I was in Aspen on a vacation, and I
hmm
was walking down the street, and I saw a boutique with this extraordinary fashion in the window. And I'm
hmm
like, oh, I think that's Libertine. I
hmm
opened the door, and the owner of the shop said, the owner of Libertine, Johnson Hardig, is here. We're doing like a trunk show. And I almost died. I said, okay, I'm going to go in. I just came off the mountain hiking. The
hmm
next day, I got all cute. I
hmm
went in there, I met him, and fell in love with him. And that's when he discovered what I did. I didn't want to like push it too hard, but I said, I would love I would love to do something. And from then forward, we have been creative collaborators, the same as with the blondes, where Johnson really views the nails as a critical accessory to the
hmm
story that he's telling. And
hmm
he could never do a show without nails. And he unleashes us, like he empowers us to be as creative as we can be. Did you see the show where we did ombre fringe that dragged on the floor from the nails? Did you see that one?
Oh, I didn't runway show. I haven't seen it at all. But I
Okay.
seen the exhibition of the nails. Yeah.
But so here's what happened. I have to tell you a quick story. So we had our meeting with Johnson, and he said, what if we do fringe nails, like maybe an
hmm
inch of fringe coming off the nail? And then he said, no, what if we make the fringe 6 inches? Well, by the time the conversation ended, we did fringe from the cuticle line, and the fringe went all the way to the floor. The fringe was 3 feet long.
hmm
We had to dye the fringe in ombre shades of sage and raspberry, tobacco, gray shades.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a fashion moment because as the models were walking down the runway and that fringe was kind of glazing the floor, there was
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of a wind in the room and the fringe was sort of flying like Farrah Fawcett's hair. And the shining glory moment is at the end of the show. I was standing on the runway, I was listening to all the comments,
Mm-hmm.
and Vogue came running up going, "Who did the nails? We
Wow.
want to do a story about the nails." And the next day on Vogue.com, they talked about these extraordinary fringe nails.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love how with fashion, nail artists are really getting a lot of shine now. A lot of designers are collaborating with nail artists, especially, with your company and your brand C&D, and it gives artists that freedom to really be, to go wild and to be so imaginative and let their mind go of all these incredible ideas. You know what I mean? That's really, really cool. And especially I'm sure like with backstage, it can get a little hectic, but the whole journey of experiencing that, is really worthwhile. And coming from being an art student, I came from SCAD. So SCAD is Savannah College of Art and Design, one of the top schools in the world. And just learning about art, learning about, illustrating and, different types of yarn and different types of techniques to create art is just the possibilities are so endless. Like I said before, it's really amazing.
They are endless. And I think the real value of Fashion Week
Mm-hmm.
is for us to find partners like the Blondes, like Libertine, where it's a true partnership, it's a
Mm-hmm.
true collaboration. Like my rule of thumb is I don't want to go to a fashion show and paint nails. That isn't what we do.
Right.
We want to be a part of the art making, to your point. And the whole point of doing it is to elevate the nail industry by being a true accessory within fashion. And while we elevate the perception of nails, we're elevating the role of the nail professional. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, it's why we do it. And anytime we do a runway show, the designer has to understand, how important the nail pro is and how important the art on this amazing tiny canvas is. They
Mm-hmm.
have to revere it and respect it for
Mm-hmm.
me to say, yeah, let's collaborate. So
Mm-hmm.
it's we've done it, Asia, for 20, going on 27 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we were the first company to do nails on the runway. So it was a real breakthrough. Yeah, I remember talking, like looking at Vogue and
Mm-hmm.
seeing the runway reports and the hair, the makeup, the wardrobe, and then there were these unfinished nails. And we went to Cynthia Raleigh. I called her. She was kind of emerging at that time,
Mm-hmm.
26 years ago. And I said, "Why do you not pay attention to the nails?" And she
Mm-hmm.
said, "Oh, I don't know. I never thought about it." And I said, "Let me do, we'll do your nails." And we did a show where we created watercolors. And
Mm-hmm.
the whole story was like these gossamer fabrics and soft shades of pastel. And we did a custom collection for Cynthia Raleigh, and it
Mm-hmm.
got a ton of attention. And then we went to Betsy Johnson, we
Mm-hmm.
went to Nicole Miller. Finally, we went to Oscar de la Renta, and he
Mm-hmm.
said, "Oh, of course, I would love nails." And once he said yes, the floodgates opened.
Mm-hmm.
So, what an exciting breakthrough, right?
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Speaking of Bessie Johnson, I'm wearing earrings or out earrings on my hoops. I love Bessie Johnson's earrings. It's so really incredible. I love her work. You know,
Wear a Betsy Johnson dress at one time or another.
I haven't worn a Bessie Johnson dress, but I like her accessories.
I like the You know what was really crazy about Betsy Johnson is that she was known for like her girly dresses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like flouncy skirts and very flirty, but she insisted on kind of badass nails. Like she
Mm-hmm.
wanted long, pointy. So the story she told with nails was naughty and nice. The
Mm-hmm.
dress was nice, and the nails were kind of the naughty element. And
Hmm.
that's who Betsy Johnson is. Like, it was perfect storytelling.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's really, really cool. And I'm into fashion also. I designed my jacket myself.
Ah,
Um, you
what?
know, yeah, I did. So if you could see the jacket, hold on real quick. So this is like one of the jackets that I really designed. If you
Oh
can see it.
my God. Did you draw? You created the graphics?
Yeah, I painted
Asia, you are incredible.
it. Thank
Wow.
you. Yeah,
Congratulations. You're amazing.
thank
All these talents keep unfolding. Nail competition, fashion designer, art student,
you.
and radio show host. I love it. I love it.
Thank you so much. And my dad always encouraged me to reach for the stars and to get into art. I remember one time, my dad was asking me like, "Hey, what is something that you want to do?" And it's like at 13 years old, and I said I want to do nails. And I've been doing nail art since like I was like 14 years old, and I wrote to Nail Pro. I wrote to nails and showing them my work. That's how much I really wanted to get into the artistry or art in general. You know what I mean? So it's really, really, cool to see like with fashion, all of that is art. All of it is so expressive, and you can express yourself any type of way you want to. You know what I mean? And you can be unique. And I like with your brand, it represents like, hey, we're a unique brand. We want you to be unique. We want you to stand out. You know what I mean? And especially with your fashion, I'm inspired by your fashion because you represent your brand, and you always have that top level, top notch of quality. And I like that about your brand. And I like your haircut too. Like the signature haircut is everything because it reminds me so much of the British hairstylist Vidal Sassoon when he created the bow haircut. Was that the inspiration by your haircut?
Well, my hair cutter is actually a former Vidal Sassoon instructor. And yes, I've been going to him, well, ever since I had this particular haircut. He
Mm-hmm.
invented it for me. I have very, very straight hair. And
Mm-hmm.
he thought, let's go really architectural. And I
Mm-hmm.
told him, you can never freak me out. Like, go as short as you want to go, shave
Mm-hmm.
inside, like, do whatever you want to do. So I
Mm-hmm.
gave him total freedom. And I go like every 3 weeks. If I could go weekly, I would. Like, I love it, razor sharp. And
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think we share a lot of the same fashion taste.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I love it. That combination of masculine, feminine, bold
Mm-hmm.
graphics, interesting color, and it's got to be fun. It's got to be expressive. And
Yeah.
you do the same. And how lucky you are, Asia, that your father said, "Follow your dreams."
Mm-hmm.
That star in the sky. What a beautiful support system you had to,
Mm-hmm.
allow you to believe that you could do anything.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
awesome.
Yeah. My father always encouraged me and always pushed me to really, do more and expand more of my knowledge about art and, getting to know a lot of nail artists around the world. So, and also my dad got me into doing interviews that I'm doing, like how I am with you. So it's really, really cool, to really get to know different people's stories and nail art techniques and different nail artists and people who are running the beauty industry. It's really, really cool.
What a talented family. Is he in radio or broadcast?
So he is like, into like graphic design. So he works with on a radio show called the Rock Newman Show. So he does a lot of digital work, website work and stuff like that. So he's like media.
Oh, perfect. Oh,
Mm.
I wonder you're so mediagenic. That explains everything.
Mm. Mm.
I love it.
Now, one question I definitely want to ask this question, like in pertaining to the beauty industry, what is your whole take and the whole progression of it concerning like, social media influencers, YouTube, brands, brand new products? Like, what's your whole take on the whole beauty industry?
Yeah, I actually really love how our world is getting smaller as the media connects us on a much, much deeper level. I feel like social media was just waiting for nail pros
Mm.
to embrace it and to really shine as a result of it. I mean, there are what, probably 60,000, 70,000 nail bloggers. You know,
Mm-hmm.
back 5 years ago, nails were one of the top five topics on Pinterest. And
Mm-hmm.
clients would like find a Pinterest board, bring it to their nail professional. You know, they would really plan out their next nail look. And I feel like nail professionals were really, they were really born to be social media stars. A,
Mm-hmm.
because our canvas is so tiny that it
Mm-hmm.
has to be projected,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think it makes nail professionals uniquely qualified to extend their reach through social and be influencers. Now, among those nail bloggers, some are nail professionals, licensed or certified if you're out of the US, and some are enthusiasts.
Mm-hmm.
And my goal, my real mission is to embrace them all and say,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a pro, you're doing awesome things. Just make sure you're charging a premium price for your excellent, excellent work. I find nail pros don't charge enough for what they do.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to believe, you know, that it's worth more money.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're an enthusiast or you're a hobbyist, come
Mm-hmm.
join our ranks. Become a nail professional. You
Mm-hmm.
know, having a career in nails is a rich and rewarding career. The
Mm-hmm.
potential to make money, to find your fame, find your fortune. Like there's so many avenues that you can go into by being a nail professional. So I think, you know, the more we project who we are through the media, through social media, the more we share our talent, I think
Mm-hmm.
the more attractive the
Mm-hmm.
career becomes to that next gen, you know, and they're watching us and they're
Mm-hmm.
looking at the artistry and they're looking at people like you, Asia, with
Mm-hmm.
so much talent and confidence. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I think you could really be an amazing mentor to say, hey, come and join us. We need you. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's all good. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I think the opportunity is there for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely agree. I definitely agree with that because, you see like the whole progression of the beauty industry comes so far with brand new products, ways to better salon services. I really think that's really, really cool. And I like with their exhibition, the Art of Nails exhibition also is that you're not just about the artistry, you're about the history. And I think the history, and understanding the history within the beauty industry is so important. I love how you express that, talking about how Revlon got started, talking about, the first nail lacquer, Mary E. Cobbs, and, there's so many, aspects of history that I think that's very important to learn, you know what I mean? And in terms of the exhibition,
Yeah.
what was the impact behind that exhibition? What was the impact?
Oh, the impact was, it was so amazing. First of all, the Oceanside Museum of Art is in our birth town of CND,
Mm-hmm.
Oceanside, California. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a sweet gem of a museum. It's a contemporary art museum.
Mm-hmm.
They're really advanced in their thinking. They attract a lot of emerging talent. So I
Mm-hmm.
went to the executive director and I said, listen, I've got 20,000 works of art in archives. And
Mm-hmm.
we want to curate about 10,000 tiny canvases and we want to build custom displays. But
Mm-hmm.
what's really important, we want to tell the story of the nail, but more importantly, we want to tell the history of nails and we want to showcase the leaders in nails today, the
Mm-hmm.
global nail professionals who are making nails a career. So
Mm-hmm.
in our exhibit, the very first room of the exhibit was wallpapered with faces of nail professionals.
Mm-hmm.
And we had 5 flat screens showing tutorials, showing background stories, like bringing their story to life. Then
Mm-hmm.
the next room was the history of nails from the beginning of time
Mm-hmm.
and going into the evolution of CND. Then
Mm-hmm.
in the back room, that's where the 10,000 tiny canvases were in beautiful display cases. And then the last room was actually a runway where
Mm-hmm.
the participant could walk the runway, take a selfie, and we papered the entire room with our lookbooks. So we had lookbooks going back to the year 2000, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really funny, the impact of the exhibit. So it was in place for 18 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a long run. And the plan was to pack it up in January of 2020 and fly
Mm-hmm.
it to Barcelona, where we were going to open another exhibit in Istanbul, Turkey, March
Mm-hmm.
2020. And we moved on with that. So it's sat in Barcelona. We have flown everything back home. Maybe our 45th anniversary, we'll do that Istanbul, Turkey exhibit. But what was really cool at the OMA is that there
Mm-hmm.
were like a lot of art lovers, a lot of museum goers who knew nothing about nails before they saw our exhibit. And I would go up there and I would watch these very intellectual art people like
Mm-hmm.
read all about our industry. They read every word of copy. And
Mm-hmm.
the feedback I got is A, the women, primarily women that drive this industry are amazing women.
Mm-hmm.
B, who knew that these tiny canvases could be
Mm-hmm.
such advanced art?
Mm-hmm.
See how fun, like, everyone would say, I want to be in your industry. You guys have a lot of fun. And so it ticked every box for us. It
Mm-hmm.
really was rewarding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could definitely agree. Like the amount of artistry. I seen a YouTube video about your exhibition. It was so incredible. I love the different nails. I love the Egyptian nails, with the pharaohs, tombs, and it's so cool. The possibilities are so endless. I like Valerie Duchamp's work. Her work is incredible. You know.
Valerie did the finger gloves, were on
Mm-hmm.
one of the mannequins. And the one you mentioned, was done by John Nguyen. He
Mm-hmm.
did sarcophagi, like
Mm-hmm.
actual little caskets that opened to mummies that had
Mm-hmm.
little hair. I mean, it was all made out of liquid and powder, all
Mm-hmm.
hand painted.
Mm-hmm.
The work was unbelievable. I think it took him like 2 months to create like that one set of nails.
That's
And we put it in a special glass box. The amount of hours, the amount of artistry was really a mind blower.
hmm Yeah, the caskets were so detailed. It's so incredible. I love how, like I said, with the history, the art matches the history. So that's really, really cool. And that's what stood out about your, exhibition. Now, I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about Beauty Changes Lives. So you're also a director and founding member of Beauty Changes Lives. And I wanted to really ask, like, what is the impact that beauty changes lives, and how important is it to support, up and coming cosmetologists, nail artists, and other people that's in the beauty industry?
Beautiful. Well, I joined the board of directors of Beauty Changes Lives going on 8 years ago. So I
Mm-hmm.
was a founding board member with Linnell Lynch, the owner of Bellis Academy, and Robert Passage of Pivot Point. The three of us, we built our board into now 15 board members. But the mission of Beauty Changes Lives is to elevate, educate, and expose the richness of a career in professional beauty,
Mm-hmm.
and to really kind of prevent this common misunderstanding that to go to nail school or to go to beauty school is like a default plan. Rather, to go into professional beauty is a wonderful career choice. You can follow your dream, you can find your fame and fortune, and you can live an exhilarating life of rich rewards in our
Mm-hmm.
profession. So we want to get the word out to parents and school counselors. Winnie Wong told me a story. She said, I always wanted to be a nail professional, but my parents told me I had to go to university. So she had to go. She went for 4 years. She graduated. The day she graduated, she entered nail school. And
Mm-hmm.
then she entered, Nailed It, the TV show, NTNA, and now look at her now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the perception of beauty has finally begun to change, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you don't have to follow just the IQ path, but
Right.
follow that EQ path. You can follow that creative path, and it can be as important and as rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
And so at BCL, we have scholarships, mentorship programs. There's a program called Make Your Mark, really telling the story of people like you, Asia, you
Mm-hmm.
know, your accomplishments and what you're doing, so that we can really get the word out to the next gen that,
Mm-hmm.
hey, come on over, join us. And I'm proud to say at C&D, we have raised close to $500,000 in
Mm-hmm.
scholarship money. We did the first 250 in Tippi Hedren's name. She
Mm-hmm.
was really kind of the mother of the Vietnamese movement here in America. So
Mm-hmm.
we wanted to honor that and celebrate that diversity. And then the rest of the funds that we've raised went towards advanced scholarships for continuing education.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is to raise 500 more. And, you know, and I really encourage all of your fans to go on beautychangeslives.org
Mm-hmm.
and find out how you can be a part of this mission, you know, to help either donate or become a mentor, tell your story through the Make Your Mark program. There's
Mm-hmm.
so many really cool opportunities that if you believe in your profession and you want to give back, that's the best way to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I love Beauty Changes Lives. It's an amazing group of people doing amazing things.
Mm-hmm. What is your whole take with being a co-founder of a huge, well-known nail brand? Like, how do you balance work and daily life? And also, what brings you the most joy being a co-founder?
Ah, you know, being a co-founder of a brand like CND, born in science, committed to innovation. My office is actually right next door to our R&D laboratory.
Mm,
So when I'm in the office and I see these young chemists, you know, inventing new molecules, inventing the next big new nail technology, for me, it's so inspiring because they're not just doing what everybody else has done, but they're doing breakthrough science that
hmm
really empowers the nail pro to custom service and do amazing
hmm
things for their clients. So that is number one, like the science, the breakthroughs that we're able to really enjoy. I would say the greatest joy though that I get is spending time with people like, excuse me, I have a little bell going off. Yeah, you know, I get so much joy talking and collaborating with nail professionals, getting
hmm
their unique perspective. It's why I love judging competitions because I can spend hours watching them, listening to them, learning from them. So I think in this profession, even after 42 years, every day I'm excited. Every day I learn something new. You know, every day I'm exhilarated. And for me, it's not work. It's really a part of my joy in life. It brings me so much joy. And
hmm
when I'm not doing this, you know, I lived at the beach in San Diego and I'm very physical. So I do a lot of running, a lot of walking, yoga, I do weight training. I try to stay really healthy, eat really healthy. So,
hmm
you know, that brings me joy. You know, to be able to do what I do, I have to
hmm
stay mentally, physically, you know, happy and fit. And
hmm
I'm lucky to have a great husband. We love art. He's an artist,
hmm
surprise, surprise. So we're always finding ways, you know, to find inspiration, whether it be nature, an art show, you know, even last year, you know, cooking in unique ways.
hmm
We have a good time. Having fun is important.
hmm Yeah, I could definitely agree. Like having fun is totally important. Now, how would you define success in the beauty industry?
Ah, well, I think I would define success in the beauty industry on whether you feel joy every day that you go to work. Do
hmm
you love what you do? Do you have a passion for what you do? For me, it's not really about the money, even though I
Hmm.
really encourage, charge what you're worth, make as much money as you want to make for your American dream, right?
Hmm.
For me, more importantly, I have to love what I do. I have to have passion for it. And I have to be motivated every day to think
Hmm.
creatively, to maybe take some risks.
Hmm.
And so for me, that's success. If it
Hmm.
brings you happiness, if it brings you fulfillment, if you
Right.
feel like you're making a difference, that's very important as well. Am
Hmm.
I making a difference? Am I moving the Richter in a more positive direction? That's
Hmm.
a major part of joy.
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I totally agree. If you enjoy what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. That's what I've always, heard. You know what I mean? Be passionate about it. Enjoy what you do. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. And hard work pays off with success. You know what I mean? So it's really, really inspiring, to hear people's stories and, about success. And it motivates you to, to work hard and to hone your craft. So it's really, really awesome.
Yeah, no, you bring up a really good point. I think hard work is your investment, right? You
Hmm.
have to put the hard work in.
Hmm.
But again, if you're working hard and you love what you do, it doesn't feel like hard labor. You're working hard, you're committed, but there's a lot that you're able to glean from that in
Hmm.
terms of self-reward.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, most definitely. Now, how would you define the legacy of yourself? Like, how would you define your legacy and the impact of C&D?
Ah, whoa. Okay, that's a heady one. I think my commitment to the original mission and challenge that my father gave me,
Hmm.
stay true to the truth in science-based innovations, stay true to that truth. So I think for me, the legacy that I really hope for is that, I stayed true to the science and the innovation, that we were really able to bring breakthroughs, all along the way, like retention, like RISA, like plexigel, like shellac,
Hmm.
really making a difference through innovation, and then gleaning the lessons of the innovation from a science point of view to
Hmm.
empower intelligence and education that allows the nail pro to make really good decisions for their clients. Uh,
Hmm.
Honoring the health and safety of the natural nail is a huge part of the legacy that we've worked so hard on. We want to coat and adorn and decorate the nail, but never destroy it, always protect it.
Hmm.
Um, and as professionals, protecting, the welfare of our clients as well as ourselves. Um,
Hmm.
and then on the creative side, creative breakthroughs, fashion,
Hmm.
what's the potential creatively? Always innovating on both the right brain side as well as the scientific left brain side.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's beautifully. Now, what's next for C&D, and where can people find you on social media?
Well, so you can find CND at CND World. You can find me at Jan Arnold CND. So I'm really, really easy to find. Um, Listen, we've got a pipeline of new innovation that I know about for the next 3 years, secure in the pipeline. We have new things coming down the pike, big ideas that are being brewed in the laboratory, um, new educational opportunities. I think one thing we learned from last year is that we're all really good at online, and it brings us together. It brings our world closer. So I think in the future, that won't go away. I think we'll see a hybrid of doing live events that hybrid out to the rest of the world to keep us really connected and close.
Hmm.
Um, so continued innovation, new exciting breakthroughs, more education, and hey, let's just keep this rocket ship going all the way to the moon. That's the
Hmm.
goal.
That's what we said. That's beautifully said. I really want to thank you coming on to the show. I'm so happy to interview you. I'm so inspired by you, to have a legend like yourself, like you're so inspiring to so many business women, people like myself who are artists, you know what I mean? I love how you use your platform and your brand to promote different groups of people, different heritages, different cultures. And like how I said before, you're so invested into the history of nails, and the level is up here. You always are, top notch in what you do, especially with the products. I love the vinyl lux. The vinyl lux is incredible. The color that I got in my gift box, I love the color. And it's so amazing. And it's such an honor to meet you and to have this opportunity. So thank you so much.
Asia, thank you for inviting me. Congratulations to you. I'm so proud of you at such a young age, being so expressive and confident and staying connected. I really appreciate being on your show, and keep up the good work. Let's stay in touch. Come to boot camp. You should come to boot camp.
Yeah, we'll do. That'll be exciting. You know,
Cool.
Thank you so much again. Thank you.
Bye, Asia. Lots
Bye
of love.
bye.
Have a good one.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. Same to you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms as well as visiting my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more videos to come soon. Take care, stay safe, and stay healthy.